Ball League on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme tonight. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Carolina Panthers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It's been the home of the Panthers since 1996. Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. We welcome you to EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. So good to have you on board with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, in this league, you know it, you lived it. Undergoing a changing of the guard at the quarterback position sometimes can be traumatic, but a lot of times it leads to hope. We've got a couple of teams here with young signal callers looking towards the future.
And you know the old saying, Mike, in the NFL, it is truer than ever. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And here we have two teams that feel like they have that quarterback position of the future settled. There's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some moments where that youth rears its head. But over the long term, both these organizations feel like they have an answer at the most critical position in all of sports.
Velus Jones now on the return. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
When he was taken as the first overall pick in the draft a couple years ago, Mike, certainly was not because of his physical stature. It was because of his mind. It was because of his processing ability. It was because of all the intangibles that they believed they saw in his days coming out of Alabama. Now, he's gotten some experience under his belt from a rookie year that had its ups and downs. He has all the talent in the world. Now he's got to go out and just capture it and make it happen.
And that play gets nothing. So, no gain on the game's first snap.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
On second down, Young. Quickly to the outside and complete.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Out of the shotgun, Young. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
I think in this field position, Mike, when fourth and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida. It's Anthony Richardson.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
He's to midfield. Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to go all the way. An electrifying run. 81 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with a run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Colts will take a 7-0 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Raheem Blackshear on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to get going with their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They motion the slot man left. On 1st down is Young. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
The relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage is critical. The better you rush the passer, the more pressure you can take off your coverage, and that's a great example why.
Young hands it to Hubbard. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
It is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Young. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Here's Johnny Hecker now. He's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this 1st quarter, and it might very well lean on him the next 3 quarters too. Here's Richardson, going to keep this himself. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
I think this is something we're going to continue to see today, Mike, as this game goes along. They're going to make the defense make a decision. Do you want to account for the running back, or do you want to account for the quarterback? In this case, they choose the running back, and the quarterback makes...
No chance at all. He'll go down. The veteran, Jadeveon Clowney, still at it, and he still has it. He gets the sack.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. That one into the hands of Downs. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. From the gun, Richardson. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive lineman had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
So, on fourth down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. Raheem Blackshear is set to return for the Panthers. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Panthers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Zaire Franklin that time, there for the tackle. Look him up on a second down and 8. Now Young. That's to the right side and incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette. And it's going to bring up a third down.
As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit.
From the gun here on third down, it's Young. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. Here's the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over once more. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. On play action, Richardson. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
On second down, Richardson. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
All these defensive linemen, I promise you, they all want sacks. That is how you get paid. That is how you make your name. But it's also the other plays where you can affect the quarterback. Can you make them feel uncomfortable? Or in this case, you don't get the sack, but it was the hit that's able to alter the pass to fall incomplete.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. Blackshear to return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Panthers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start out first down and 10. On play action, Young. That's taken it. It's Xavier Leggett. Still going. And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Carolina. On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. He's got it. Panthers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Here's Gould on the return. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Off the zone read, this is Richardson. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Harris Evans on the scoreboard. And will return to Charlotte in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 9. Richardson to throw. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him and will bring up 3rd down.
Pretty clear coming into this game that this offense felt that they had a distinct advantage running the ball. It was a matchup that they thought all week went in their favor, and so far the results indicate that they were spot on.
To throw, it's Richardson. And that is incomplete.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Panthers offense and Xavier Leggett headed back onto the field. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Get this drive started. On the ground, it's Hubbard. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. They'll motion over Thielen. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. He'll get that to his tight end. That's Ja'Tavion Sanders. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
So if you're going to have time to allow your big tight end to start on one side of the field and run a crossing route all the way to the other, your big guys up front better hold up in protection. That's exactly what they were able to do here. Gave the quarterback the confidence of staying with him the entire way through, delivering that ball on the far side of the field, and leads to a nice pickup.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's Young. Secured by the veteran, Adam Thielen. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They're going to run right over center with Hubbard. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
He'll try to run for it with Hubbard. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. 1st down. The motion man is Sanders. Young to throw on 1st and 10. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Jatavian Sanders was the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Young. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. And the Colts are going to have the ball at their own 18-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Colts offense ready for this next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. He'll push ahead to the 21. Nick Scott up from the secondary for the tackle. Second and 7. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. He'll try to run for it. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs. Two minutes to play. 1st half, all tied at 7. Back with more from Charlotte. After this, line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. And this ball intercepted by J.C. Horn. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. To throw is Young. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Slot man in motion left. A second down throw for Young. Over the middle, he's got Leggett. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
On gain of 9, brings up 3rd and 1.
3rd and a yard. Here's Young to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
And he's in! Bryce Young, touchdown, Panthers! He's got another one, his second touchdown of the evening. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the Panthers will move out to a 14-7 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Colts offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Now Richardson. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Richardson. Open man. That's Alec Pierce. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Richardson operating from the pistol. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Richardson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Here's their punter now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. Returnable from the 17. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we have reached halftime with these two teams separated by a touchdown. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, where the coaches, Jonathan Coachman, has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. We saw a strong first half out of the Alabama man and former #1 selection, Bryce Young. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. These two teams leave in the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Colts offense ready to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times it looks like they've never practiced at all.
He's got a receiver. That's Woods. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
First down.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He's got that complete to Knox. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
This is a great look here, Mike, when you have a very versatile tight end, the ability to move him around. He's like the ultimate chess piece. In this snap, he's lined up in the slot. His ability to get downfield and use that big body. When you're going against these zone defenses, oftentimes that's the vulnerability of the coverage. The ball was on time, the ball was accurate, and then his big tight end, he just did the rest.
And he'll drive this one forward down to the 36. Xavier Woods there on the stop. They face second down and 7. Now Richardson going over the middle and taken in by Pittman. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They're able to convert by plenty on that 3rd and 1.
Sam Franklin. A gain of 7. First down, Colts.
From the gun, Richardson. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
On play action, Richardson. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Richardson going to look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
Next to score, Panthers 14, Colts 10.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. On the return, here comes Blackshear. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The motion man is Sanders. On 1st and 10, here's Young. There's a short one caught by Sanders. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Out of the shotgun, Young. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
The motion man is Sanders. On 2nd down, Young. That one taken in right side by Leggett. Now a 3rd and 2. It's a zone read given to Hubbard. A terrific run there, all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On play action, Young. Taking off, and he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Tremble comes in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. Looking left side is tight end Tremble.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
A tight end in motion now. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Tremble comes in motion. From the gun, it's Young. That one into the hands of Thielen. He's got it.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
Young to throw on 1st down. He'll go right back to Thielen. Again, it's complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Tremble comes in motion. On second down, a run with Hubbard. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
The 7-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up third down and 2.
Looking to convert for the third time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's 3rd and 2. This one caught at the 4. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Adam Thielen. Touchdown, Carolina. Pinheiro on for the extra point. The kick is good. Panthers are out to a 21-10 lead. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Colts offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. To throw, it's Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
3rd and 9. Richardson to throw. Coming open is Pierce. It's on target. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
And this one is caught by Pierce. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Richardson. Pass right side to Downs. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
It is 2nd and a yard. It is brought in the end zone. Michael Pittman. Touchdown, Indy. So, certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. They'll let Richardson run this himself. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They mark him short. The try for 2, unsuccessful. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. Jones now on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense and Bryce Young set for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Here's Hubbard. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick 1st down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll go again with Hubbard. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. 1:57 to go in the game. Second down and 8. The motion man is Sanders. Another run here with Hubbard. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. The motion man is Sanders. On 1st down, it's right back to Hubbard. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll try the right side with Hubbard. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. They motion a receiver right. Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the playoff on third and short.
Still third down.
So instead of third and short, it's now 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up 4th down.
Hunting time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10? Here we go. One final play. And he'll be taken down, and that is going to do it. Oh, the comeback falls short. Time runs out. This game is over. So it's over. It's a win for the Panthers. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game and are going to send their fans home quite happy. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Panthers are winners as we say so long from Uptown Charlotte.